I mean, none of y'all have enough time. None of y'all have.
My name's Jim Farrell. I'm your mayor. Thank you so much for coming out today. Before I say another word, I want to say thank you so much. Well, I've got a lot of thank yous to say, but what helped make this possible are our policy partners on the city, my policy partners on the city council. I want to introduce some of them, all of them that are here today. We've got Deputy Mayor Susan Honda. Let's give her a big round of applause. Here she is. Councilmember Martin Moore. Councilmember Jesse Johnson. Actually, we just had, let everybody know, we just had Councilmember Duclos send off yesterday after 12 years. She is retiring from the city council. Is she here? Oh, great. Councilmember Lydia Acefa Dawson. And, we've got South King Fire Al Church. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you, Chief. I always want to throw the king, the king in there. Mark Thompson, South King Fire, Vice Chair. Bill Fuller, South King Commissioner. We've got our former mayor, former state representative, and incoming council member, Linda Kochmar. Good to have you back. She starts back on January. We also have our King County Council member, Pete von Reichbauer. When you get a chance today, take a look at all the lettering on the side of the building where it says exactly what this is. For a lot of time, people are driving by the facility. It says, what is that? Pete got us a grant for $100,000, so now everybody knows exactly what it is. Thank you, Pete. I'd also like to acknowledge our hotel partners, Vicky Molzer with Hampton Inn and Kristen Wells with Marriott. Thank you very much for your partnership. Spectra is the organization that we brought in to run the Performing Arts and Event Center, the PAC, and I'd like to thank Brian Hoffman and his team for all of their work every day. None of this would have occurred without the incredible hard work of E.J. Walsh, our Public Works Director, and a special thank you to Public Works Senior Capital Engineer Christine Mullen, who oversaw this project. Thank you, Christine. We've got our staff. I made a special note. We've got our staff out there. Can you raise your hands, you guys, and that work for the City of Federal Way and Public Works? And thank you so much for all you do every day for us. In addition to getting the funding for the lettering on the building, we were actually able to do, let me just say this. It was a tough job at times to explain to someone why a set of stairs was so important in regard to commercial investment, in regard to investment by a community. And I want to tell you that we were able to capture $3 million in grants. 500,000 of those dollars was from King County with the assistance of our King County Councilman, Pete von Reichbauer. Thanks again, Pete. We were actually able to leverage $2.5 million from the state from LIFT funds, which is really about infrastructure. And that's really what this is, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. I'd also like to thank RL Elia, the contractor for the project, for being here. Thank you, RL. Appreciate it. I became mayor almost 6 years ago to the day, and when I first started, this entire area, much of it, 21 acres, was surrounded with cyclone fencing, with either garbage or debris or rocks, essentially, surrounded by cyclone fencing. In the past 6 years, with the help of the community, the city council, and all of us together, we are transforming what our downtown looks like. We built our beautiful Performing Arts and Event Center, and just recently, actually, we got word that we're going to get yet another $1 million finally from the state to bring our capital stack that we have brought for the Performing Arts and Event Center up to 85% paid for, thanks to the assistance from our state legislators, the numerous individuals over that time. So this facility that is standing behind you is nearly paid for. Then turn around and we've got our beautiful Town Square Park, where it really is a centerpiece for our community and a place to gather. But what we had here in our community was we literally had a 200-foot wall, about 25 feet tall, that was a barrier. And in Federal Way, I like to say, we don't build walls, we tear them down. And in its place, we've got our steps. And these steps will really connect and be a place where we can come together as a community. We can gather. It'll be a meeting place. It'll be a place where we could say, meet me at Town Center Steps. It'll be a place where people who enjoy the park can go enjoy the park, and then or people in the park can come up and recreate in this area, and eventually go to the new university center that we're higher education center that we're building here. This is really about the future. The PAC, the park, the steps, the University of Washington, and the High Line, and the Federal Way Public Schools that'll be here, and the future development of the area where the target is, where the former target is really the centerpiece of this downtown. Light rail is going to be coming just a stone's throw from here, and this is really about building a community, and we can only do that when we do it together. I want to say once again, thank you for all the people that have made this possible, and I think people will really, I think they will really enjoy their new steps, and they'll see that it really will bring everybody together. So, and I really want to say, I went to University of Washington with an individual that is an architect, and he actually was in urban landscaping, and he saw our design and said, that really is a beautiful, beautiful concept of what you can do with urban design. And what urban design does is it brings us together, and it reminds us that we're all in this together, and it creates a sense of community. And that's really what we're doing, is creating and giving a space for the heart of this community. So, are you guys ready to cut some ribbon? So we've got the Historical Society here. Diana, can you raise your hand here? The Historical Society is a huge part of this community. Now, I don't know about you, but whenever I go visit Pete at the King County Courthouse, or when I go down to Seattle and see some of these other areas, it's fun to see these old pictures of Seattle or of Tacoma. And the pictures really are a catalog. They're a snapshot in the moment. We're going to make some history today, because we're going to take a picture of this moment, and this is what I call a picture-worthy moment. It's really kind of a mountaintop moment about a connection in this community. So what I'm going to ask you to do when we get ready is we've got a ribbon down there, and we were kind of debating exactly how to take this picture. But what we're going to do is get everybody near these steps, and for those folks that can, if you can go down the steps just that first level, we're going to cut the ribbon, and at the same time, we're going to take a picture and make sure that the Historical Society and the community 20, 30, 40, 100 years from now, we'll be able to see what we did here. This is really about the building of this community. So let's go ahead and do that. Thank you so much for coming, and let's cut some ribbon.